أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله نستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة. من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصهما فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا. فقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربي زدني علما. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم. My dear audiences, my dear friends, brothers, sisters, and those who are watching through Facebook, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is a great pleasure for me to attend this Tafsirul Mahfil. So at the very beginning, at the commencement of this Tafsirul Mahfil, I would like to express my deep gratitude to Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala by saying, Alhamdulillah, all praises are only for Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Inshallah, in today's Tafsirul Mahfil, we shall have a discussion on verse number, Ayat number 104 of Suratu Emraan. Suratu Emraan is Surah number 3 in the Holy Qur'an, and we shall find this verse, this Ayat number 104 of Suratu Emraan in part number 4 of the Holy Qur'an. So at first, as usual, we shall go to the recitation as well as translation, meaning of this verse number 104, ayat number 104 of Surah Emraan. Then inshallah we shall go to the elaborate discussion. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك. I seek refuge, I seek shelter to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the accursed devil, from the accursed shaitan, and I am beginning with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is most merciful, most beneficent. وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ. Among you, there should be a group, there should be some people. يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ. Among you, there should be a group of people, there should be some people among you. يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ, who will invite people towards the welfare, towards the good. وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, and they will ask people, command people to do good deeds. وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ, and they will also forbid people, restrain people from doing misdeeds, from doing wrong deeds. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ, and they will be the successful. Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said the truth, and His prophets and messengers have also said the truth, and we are among the witnesses. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the greatest. So this was the recitation as well as translation or meaning of ayat number, verse number 104 of Suratu Emraan. In this verse number 104, ayat number 104 of Suratu Emraan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us so that among the Muslims, Islam is a complete code of life. Inna dina indallahi Islam, and Islam is the only acceptable religion to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is called a complete code of life. How it is complete code of life? Islam is complete code of life because Islam guides us. Islam shows us the way. How shall we lead our personal life? How shall we lead our family life? How shall we lead our social life? How shall we lead our national life? As well as how shall we lead our international life? Allah. There is no corner of our life, there is no field of our life where Islam does not give guidance. In all respects, in all fields of our life, Islam gives us guidance. Allahu Akbar. So it is a complete code of life. Many non-believers of Islam tried their best to find out some mistakes in Islam, but at last they did not find any mistake, any irregularity in Islam, and lastly they embraced Islam. Allah Akbar. They accepted Islam. Here Almighty Allah is asking the Muslims to form a group, and they will invite people towards the welfare, towards the good, and they will ask people, they will command people to do good deeds, and they will restrain people from doing misdeeds. Allahu Akbar. So, if we peruse this ayat number 104, if we make scrupulous scrutiny over this ayat, over this verse, we shall find that Islam is not a religion to keep it in the mosque or in the madrasa or in your home. Islam is asking you to take the power of the country. Islam is asking you to control. Islam is asking you to earn as much power so that you may lead the society, you may run the society, you may lead the country. Islam does not mean that you will only worship for Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala in the home, in the mosque, in the madrasa, and corrupted people will sit on power. Islam does not allow it. Islam is asking us to earn enough power, enough strength, so that we may take power to lead a country, to lead a society. So, it is our utmost duty, it is our foremost duty that whenever we shall gather power, we shall earn power enough to give leading. What will be our job? Our job will be invite people towards the welfare. Our job will be command people to do good deeds. And our job will be restrain people from doing misdeeds, from doing wrong deeds. So, time has come for the people of this country, Bangladesh, to be sincere enough, to be strong enough, to sit in the power of the state, so that we may run this country on the basis of Qur'an and Sahih Hadith. As you know, about 95% people of this country are Muslims. So, this country should be run, should be led on the basis of Qur'an and Sahih Hadith. Now, inshallah, we shall go with some other ayat from the Holy Qur'an. Those are relevant in today's tafsir. Today we are discussing on verse number 104 of Suratu Emraan, where Almighty Allah is asking us to form a party, to form a group, to gather a group of people who will invite people towards the welfare, who will command people to do good deeds, who will restrain people from doing misdeeds, and only then we shall be successful. Now, inshallah, we shall go with some other ayat of other surah or this surah, Those are relevant in today's tafsir. First relevant ayat in today's tafsir is verse number 110 of Suratu Emraan. In verse number 110 of Suratu Emraan, Almighty Allah is saying, كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله ولو آمن أهل الكتاب لكان خيرا لهم منهم المؤمنون وأكثرهم الفاسقون. In verse 110 of this Surah Al-Imran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Kuntum khayra ummatin. You are the best nation. With the Ummati Muhammadi, with the followers of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we are the best nation. Why? The reason is that the earlier prophets and messengers, they used to invite people towards the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, towards the good deeds, towards the and the prophets and messengers used to command people to do good deeds. The prophets and messengers of earlier ages used to restrain people from doing misdeeds. But now, earlier followers are not permitted to do this job. But we, the followers of Muhammad Ummati Muhammadi, we have been entrusted with this job. Because our beloved Prophet Muhammad was the last messenger, last prophet of Almighty Allah. And after expiry of our beloved Prophet, we, the followers of Muhammad have been entrusted to invite people towards the oneness of Allah. We have been entrusted to ask people to do good deeds, and we have been entrusted to command people to do good deeds, and we have been entrusted to restrain people from doing misdeeds. And for this reason, we are the best nation. Allahu Akbar. Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas. You are the best nation because you will ask people, ta'muruna bil ma'ruf, you will ask people, you will command people to do good deeds, wa tanhauna 'anil munkar, and you will restrain people from doing any misdeeds, wa tu'minuna billah, and you will do this after having faith, after bringing faith, after having iman. So, it is the utmost duty of a Muslim, it is the foremost duty of a mu'min, that after bringing iman, after bringing faith, they will command people to do good deeds, they will restrain people from doing any misdeed. And in this second portion of this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَلَوْ آمَنَ أَهْلُ الْكِتَابِ لَكَانَ خَيْرًا لَهُمْ. The Ahl Kitab, the people of book, that means the Christians and the Jews, Christians and the Yehudi. As we know, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Isa ibn Maryam alayhi salam as the messenger, as the prophet of Bani Israel, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Injil for their guidance, and for the Yehudi, for the Jews, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, and Tawrat was given them. But it is a matter of great regret, the followers of Isa ibn Maryam alayhi salam and the followers of Musa alayhi salam, they we are not on the right way. And in this ayat, Almighty Allah is saying, وَلَوْ آمَنَ أَهْلُ الْكِتَابِ لَكَانَ خَيْرًا لَهُمْ. If the Christians and the Jews accept Islam, that will be good for them. That will be better for them. مِنْهُمُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Among them, some of them accepted Islam. وَأَكْثَرَهُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ. But most of the Christians and Jews rejected Islam. So, as I said at the commencement of this Tafsirul Mahfil, in verse number 19 of Suratu Emraan, Almighty Allah has categorically stated, Inna Dina Indallahi Islam. The only acceptable religion to Almighty Allah is Islam. So, if the Christians accept Islam and they convert themselves in Islam, as Muslim, they will be successful. If the Jews accept Islam, if they enter in Islam, it will be good for them. But most of the Christians and Jews do not accept Islam. And with this ayat number 110, ayat number 85 of Suratu Emraan is relevant. In ayat number 85 of Suratu Emraan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ وَهُوَ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. Whoever will search any other religion other than Islam, that religion will not be accepted from him. And on the day of judgment, he will be among the losers. So it is crystal clear. Islam is the only acceptable religion nowadays. Islam is the only acceptable religion. And if anyone accepts Islam, he will be successful both here and hereafter. But if any person rejects Islam, he will be loser both here and hereafter. Next relevant ayat in today's tafsir is ayat number 67 of Suratul Ma'idah. Ayat number 67 of Suratul Ma'idah, relevant in today's tafsir. Here in verse number 67 of Suratul Ma'idah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ya ayyuhar rasulu balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik wa in lam taf'al fama ballaghta risalatahu wallahu ya'simuka minan nas inna allaha la yahdi al-qawmal kafirin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, our beloved Prophet, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, spread the message of Islam, what I have revealed on you. That means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed this Holy Qur'an upon our beloved Prophet. So our beloved Prophet was asked, or our beloved Prophet was directed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to spread the message of Qur'an towards the people. And our beloved Prophet, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also said, O Prophet, if you do not do it, that means you are not doing your job. And if you do this, I shall protect you from doing any damage upon you by any person. That means, now our beloved Prophet is not with us. Our beloved Prophet has expired about 1,500 years ago. And we, the followers of Muslims, now it is our utmost duty, it is our foremost duty to spread the teachings of this Holy Quran and Sahih Hadith among the people. And if we start to convey the message of Qur'an and Sahih Hadith towards the people, many non-believers of Islam, many hypocrites, Munafiq, will try to attack us. They will try to make loss for us. They will try to obstacle us. But in ayat number 67 of Suratu Ma'idah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Wallahu yaqsimuka minan nas. O people of the world, if you start to spread the message of Quran and Sahih Hadith, if you start to convey the message of Quran and Sahih Hadith, the people of this world will not be able to make any harm to you. They cannot make any harm to you because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taken the responsibility for us. Allahu Akbar. So, it is a great news for us if we start to invite people towards the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we begin to ask people towards the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, towards the Tawheed, the Christians, the Jews, the Hindus, the Buddhists, the non-believers of Islam cannot do any harm upon us. Because in verse number 67, Suratul Ma'idah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taken responsibility to protect us. Wallahu ya'simuka minan nas. The wrongdoers cannot do any harm to us if we start to spread the teachings of Islam. So it is a very good news for us if we try to establish Islam in our national life, in our social life, in our personal life, in our family life, even in the international level. If we try to establish Islam, in that case, the enemies of us cannot do any harm upon us, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our protector. Inna Allah la yahdi al-qawm al-kafirin. And the non-believers of Islam will not be guided on the right way by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not guide the wrongdoers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not show the right path the wrongdoers. The wrongdoers are not guided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 119 of Suratu Al-A'raf. In verse number 119 of Suratu Al-A'raf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Khuzi al-afwa wa'amur bil-ma'ruf. Khuzi al-afwa wa'amur. Khuzi al-afwa wa'amur bil-urfi wa'arid anil jahilin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to command people towards the good deeds. And in that case, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to be kind to the people, to forgive the people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us, because forgiveness is a great virtue, and whenever we shall try to spread the teachings of Islam, if anyone try to make misunderstanding, if anyone make misbehavior with you, do misbehavior with you, in that case Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us, pardon them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us not to make arguments with the illiterate persons. Nowadays, we may notice that there is a proverb in English a little learning is a dangerous thing. Many people who are little learner, they try to make argument with you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us, avoid them. Don't make argument. Don't involve in arguments with the little learners, with the illiterate persons. Because there is a hadith, our beloved Prophet has said, Man somata naja. The persons who used to talk less, they will be succeeded. They will be admitted in the heaven. Man somata naja. They will be protected from the fire. They will be protected from the fire. So, making arguments with the illiterate persons, with the little learners, is prohibited in Islam. And hence, in verse number 119 of Suratu Araf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has categorically stated, Khuziyam afwa wa amur bil urfi wa arid anil jahili. Next relevant verse. This was verse 119, 199 of Suratul Araf. Now relevant ayat in today's tafsir is verse number 125 of Suratul Nahl. In verse 125, Suratul Nahl, Almighty Allah is saying, Udhu ila sabili rabbika bil hikmati wal mawwizatil hasanati wajadilhum billati hiya ahsan inna rabbaka huwa alamu biman dalla an sabilihi wa huwa alamu bil muhtadin. Allah is asking us to invite people towards the good deeds, towards the Islam with wisdom. And whenever we shall ask people, we shall invite people towards the good deeds, we shall invite them very modestly. And we shall make good behavior with them. That means Islam is such a religion where there is no hardship. I will subsequently I shall refer some hadith. Islam is asking us to be modest. Islam makes anything easy. Islam does not make anything difficult. Next relevant ayat in today's tafsir is verse number 41 of Suratul Hajj. In verse number 41, Suratul Hajj, Almighty Allah is saying, الذين إن مكناهم في الأرض أقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة وآمروا بالمعروف ونهوا عن المنكر ولله عاقبة الأمور. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, if any person is entrusted with the power to rule a country, suppose you have been made head of this country Bangladesh, what will be your duty? There are 4 duties upon you. If you have been entrusted with the national power of this country, your first job is to establish regular prayer. Allahu Akbar. Aqamus Salah. Secondly, wa'atuz zakah. You will ask people to pay zakat. Thirdly, wa'amaru bil ma'ruf. You will ask people to do good deeds. You will command people to do good deeds. وَنَهَوْا عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. And you will restrain people from doing misdeeds. So, Islam is a complete code of life. If a person has been entrusted with any power, he has 4 jobs. As I said, suppose this is a country where 95% people are Muslims, and you are also a Muslim. You have been made head of the state, head of this country. You have 4 duties. First, you will establish regular prayer. Secondly, you will ask people to pay zakat. Thirdly, you will command people to do good deeds. And fourthly, you will restrain people from doing any misdeeds. It is your 4 duties if you have been entrusted with the national power of this country. Next 11 verse in today's tafsir is verse number 63 of Suratu Furqan. In verse number 63, Suratu Furqan, Almighty Allah is saying, وَعِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ الَّذِينَ يَمْشُونَ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ هَوْنًا وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. As I said, in verse number 199 of Suratul Araf, Allah is asking us not to make debate, not to make any argument with the little learners, with the illiterate. And here in verse number 63 of Surah Al-Furqan, Allah is saying the same. Allah is saying the same thing. وَعِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ الَّذِينَ يَمْشُونَ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ هَوْنًا. In actual believer of Islam, whenever they will lead their life, they will live their life in this world, they will be very modest. They will not be arrogant. And when the illiterate persons will try to make debate with them, when the little learners will try to make arguments with them, they will avoid this. وَعِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ الَّذِينَ يَمْشُونَ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ هَوْنًا وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. As I said in the hadith, man samata naja. But those who speak less, who talk less, will be succeeded. Next 11 ayat in today's tafsir is ayat number 33 of Suratu Hamim As-Sajda. It is also called a Suratu Fusilat. Ayat number 33 of Suratu Fusilat, Suratu Hamim As-Sajda. Here Allah is saying, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. In verse number 33 of Suratu Hamim As-Sajda, Suratu Fusilat, Allah is saying, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ. The person is the best who, after accepting Islam, ask people towards the way of Almighty Allah. So, inviting people towards the Islam, asking people, commanding people to do good deeds is the best job. And in verse number 33 of Surah Hamim As-Sajda, Allah is saying, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. That means if we accept Islam, and after accepting Islam, if we do good deeds, and after doing good deeds, if we invite people towards the Islam, towards the good deeds, their job will be the best to Almighty Allah. And it has been said in ayat number 33 of Surah Hamim As-Sajda. So, asking people towards the good deeds, inviting people towards the good deeds is the best job and it is loved, it is liked by Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Now, inshallah, we shall go with some hadith, relevant hadith in today's tafsir. First relevant hadith in today's tafsir is An Abdullah ibn Amr radiallahu anhu qal Anna Nabiya sallallahu alayhi wa sallam qal Ballighu anni walau aya Rawahul Bukhari. This hadith has been recorded in Sahih Bukhari, and this hadith has been narrated by Abdullah ibn Amr radiallahu anhu. He said that our beloved Prophet has told us, you spread the message of Islam, even it is even a simple sentence. That means, Ballighu anni walau aya. Islam is asking us to invite people towards Islam, towards the good deeds. Because our beloved Prophet is not with us. Our beloved Prophet is no more with us. Now it is with the follower of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is our utmost duty to invite people towards the Islam. And hence our beloved Prophet has said, Ballighu anni walau aya. You spread the message of Islam, if it is even a single sentence. If it is even a single utterance of our beloved Prophet. If it is a single ayat of the Holy Qur'an, spread this message. Rawahu Sahih al-Bukhari. Next relevant hadith in today's tafsir is An Anas ibn Malik radhiyallahu anhu an Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam qala Yassiru wa la tu'assiru wa bashiru wa la tunaffiru. Rawahu Sahih al-Bukhari. Whenever we shall invite people towards the Islam, towards the good deeds, towards the oneness of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, we shall not make difficult, we shall make easy, we shall not make difficult. Our beloved Prophet is asking us, Yassiru wa la tu'assiru. Make it easy, don't make it difficult. Wa bashiru, and give people good news. Wa la tunaffiru, don't disappoint people. Convey tiding news, good news. Don't give such news that after hearing this news, people will be disappointed. And hence, our beloved Prophet has said, Yassiru wa la tu'assiru wa bashiru wa la tunaffiru. Make it easy, don't make it difficult. And give people good news, tiding news. Don't disappoint people. Rawahu Sahih al-Bukhari. And last hadith in today's tafsir is An Sa'id ibn Khudri radhiyallahu anhu an Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam qala Man ra'a minkum munkaran falyughayyirhu biyadihi fa in lam yastati fa bi lisanihi fa in lam yastati fa bi qalbihi wa dhalika adhaful iman. Rawahu Sahih Muslim. As I said, if you are the head of a state, if a wrong deed is being done by anyone, it is your utmost duty to stop him from doing any misdeeds. Suppose you are not the head of a state, you are not the head of a society, you cannot stop the misdeeds. You ask them to stop. And if you do not have any, if you do not have such power to protect verbally, then you dislike it from your heart And this will be the weakest iman. This will be the weakest faith of Islam. Rawahu Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. The hadith is very clear. Man ra'a minkum munkaran falyughayyirhu biyadihi. Fa in lam yastati. Man ra'a minkum munkaran. If any one of you finds anyone doing any misdeeds, falyughayyirhu, he will stop him. Biyadihi, by his own hands, he will stop him. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِيعْ, if he does not have enough power to stop him, فَبِلِسَانِهِ, he will ask him to stop by verbally. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِيعْ, if he does not have power even to say him to stop, فَبِقَلْبِهِ, then he will dislike it from his heart. وَذَلِكَ أَضْعَفُ الْإِيمَانِ, and that will be the iman of lowest category, weakest category. So, Islam is a complete code of life. If you have enough power in the society, in the state, and any misdeed is being done by anyone, you are bound to stop him because you have power enough. Nowadays, the powerful people do not exercise their power in restraining people from doing misdeeds. Nauzubillahi min zalik. But in Sahih Hadith it has come, if you are strong enough to stop a person from doing any misdeed, you must stop him. If you are not strong enough to stop the misdeed by your hand, then you ask him to stop. And if you are not strong enough to even to say him to stop, you will dislike it from your heart. And that will be the iman of faith of lowest category, weakest category. So, Islam is a complete code of life. Islam is asking us to ask people to good deeds. Islam is asking us to command people to good deeds. Islam is asking us to stop people from doing any misdeed. Now, inshallah, we shall pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before offering prayer, let us recite durood. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad, kama sallaita ala Ibrahim, wa ala ali Ibrahim, innaka Hamidun Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad, kama barakta ala Ibrahim, wa ala ali Ibrahim, innaka Hamidun Majid. Allahumma amin. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا. اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيه على الإسلام، ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الإيمان. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. رب هب لي من الصالحين. ربي زدني علما. أستغفر الله. اللهم إني أسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. والله, some of your servants have been gathered here in this Tafsirul Mahfil, and we have discussed from your Qur'an and Sahih Hadith, and we have made many mistakes. Allah, forgive our all mistakes and accept this Tafsirul Mahfil. O Allah, forgive our all sins. O Allah, increase our sustenance. O Allah, you know what is in our heart. Please fulfill our all good desires of our heart. O Allah, among us who are sick, give them completely cureness. Give them completely, recover them completely. Especially my son, Abed Parvez Jisan is sick. Please give him complete and full recovery. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.